So we recently moved to Huntington Beach, and with that, we got... Wait, we didn't... No. Hi, how are you? And welcome to Josiah's Right. So part of our recent move here to Huntington Beach, we were in Southern California. We've lived in Huntington Beach before. We were at Judy's mom and dad saving up to buy our first place. But now we are back here, kind of unexpectedly, and but happy to make this community our home and finding the little places, the nooks and crannies that you can fill with. I was like thinking about an English muffin there for a second. But finding the places that make the community special and unique in a way that I can appreciate it. And very close to us, within walking distance, there's actually a sports card shop. And it really is almost all sports cards. There's some other things. They have some Pokemon and stuff there in the corner. And they have a few non-sports cards. Now, I love sports. I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm a big Steelers, Penguins fan. And unfortunately, I'm a Laker fan by the marriage and just experienced a lot of years watching them with my friend Jesse and then with my wife later. And I know that's probably controversial for me, Pittsburgh guy, to be a Lakers fan, but it just happened. I can't explain it, but I guess I did just explain it. But anyway, I do appreciate sports, but I don't collect sports cards at all. I did as a kid. That was my first sort of collection, was baseball cards in the late 80s, very early 90s. But I was excited to see they did have a little bit of non-sports cards. And I picked up the cheapest ones they had. And they had like stuff going back to the 70s, like Superman the movie comics. They had Star Wars ones. I think they were Empire Strikes Back ones that were still sealed packs. But what we're going to do today is open up these three. So first we have a pack from Milestone, which was one of my jams in the early 90s. It showed me different types of characters that I hadn't read really before in that sort of little universe within DC. Deathmate, which is a Valiant line. And then all Valiant cards. So these are three very, very 90s packs of cards. So let's open these up and see what is inside. So we're going to start with Deathmate here. And again, $3 each, 8 cards, 110 card set with special insert, set featuring FX technology. Very Valiant of them. Their covers are always funky and cool. And then you can see here, 1993 is the year for this set of card. And then the odds of finding a pack containing a players of Deathmate card are 1 in 18. Transitions are 1 in 12. SP cards are 1 in 90. Let's see here. Oh, they're like super stuck together from being 30 years in a package. So you can see here. So this is Deathmate specifically. And then I have the little chrome in the corner from Upper Deck. And then Enter Solar. You get your typical explanation for each series type of thing. Battle Zone. I'm not a super big expert on all of Valiant, just some of what I read at the time. Oh, is this an Image crossover? Am I missing something? This is Valiant and Image on the corner. I did not realize that. Is that because that is on the front too? I didn't notice that. I totally missed out on the significance of that on these cards, and probably at the time. That's something to look into for me. If you're aware of what it is, please let me know. I guess I am seeing some of the Image characters here, so I guess this was some kind of big crossover story or something for these indie comics at the time, or at least smaller companies at the time. So this is just straight up Valiant, and then this is the Milestone. So we'll continue with the Valiant. No fancy cards in that. 8 cards per pack, 120 card set, plus special random insert card featuring light FX technology. Is that different than the other FX technology? No, light FX technology on that one as well. So you can see the similar logo in the corner that was in this one, or on all of them, but the other one just had the Image Valiant combo, whereas obviously this one is just Valiant, so it just has the Valiant in the corner. And again, let's look at the year on this one. I didn't check that out. These are from 1993 as well. So the peak year of Valiant, I would assume. And again, super like stuck together. That's why I'm pulling them off the back. It was just a little easier to get them off the back. These ones are even tighter together than the other ones. So Harbinger, the February number 0, so it gives you a little bit of a background, as always. I always loved to read these as a kid, all the info on the cards, because Exo Manowar was a big favorite of mine. So this is looks like little short recaps of specific issues, which is pretty cool. But for me as a kid, I loved that. I loved the information that the cards gave me, because I can only read so many comic books, but I generally collect more cards than comics. Even I buy a pack of cards for $1 or $2 at the time, and you get 8, 10 cards, whatever. You get a lot more info than you're getting out of just one Solar Man of the Atom. You're just out of getting just one comic book or 2 comic books at the time. So that was a pretty big deal for me. And I have a lot of Valiant comics. That's a nice tribute there to the Dark Knight Returns. Harbinger again. And then finally, Eternal Warrior. With this one, I gotta say, this is one I am not familiar with. Most of the rest I've had some of the comics. I don't know that I've ever read anything with Eternal Warrior that I'm aware of. If I read it as a kid and do not remember. But it's certainly nothing that kind of stuck with me. So Milestone, this is the one, the Dakota universe within DC. I think that at least some of these characters became part of the DC universe proper. I don't know how it was at the time. Again, 1993. You can kind of tell just the package and the foil of this. This is very 1993. These are Skybox. These were both, I believe, Upper Deck. This is when trading cards were a big deal for a kid like me. And I do believe I had a Dwayne McDuffie card. That is really cool. That's my favorite one to see right there automatically. So these ones, I actually had some of these as a kid, because I had some Static Shock and a few of the other, when they were new and kind of came out, I had a few of them. So I feel like, probably because it never quite took off. And then the checklist, kind of a boring checklist, so you wish you would maybe get a photo of multiple characters or something. I'm not getting any of the cool superheroes here so far, though, like Static Shock, and so it's cool to see these sets. They're I'm a little bit disappointed in what I got, because nothing fancy, and I just hope you can get one fancy chrome card, just like Kid Me comes out. So that's it. Some more cards to add to the collection. Thank you for watching. Forgive my dirty hands. I was pulling weeds. So those are our trading cards. Did you get any that you'd want to collect? I'm happy to have them in the collection, and look forward to going back to the comic book, the trading card store that I don't even know the name of as I'm saying this. I feel bad. It's within walking distance, and I will, it'll definitely be written on the screen or something as I'm saying this to make up for me not knowing the name of it, because it is my local shop. It's one of the shops that, again, I'm not a sports card. I can support it by going there and buying their non-sports cards. I'm sure not a lot of people go in there for that. Maybe the Pokemon people do, but no one is going in there and buying their Valiant and Milestone cards. I will be that guy. Bye.